Did you see Ifajuna there?
Even if I saw him, I will remember.
Did you see him there?
My Lord, I did not record the faces of the guest, of the host, to whose party I went to. It was not my business. It's not in my character.
I will come to whether it is your business, but just answer these simple questions. You did not recognize Ifajuna there?
If he was there, maybe I didn't even see him. You recognize him. What for?
How many battalions did you have in the army then?
There were 5.
5. Who were the battalion commanders?
They had just been changed around.
At that night, 14th, did you see any commanders?
Ojukwu was 05th Battalion in Kano.
Yes. Ejo was in Enugu.
Ejo was not in Enugu. He was in transit to go to Enugu.
Good. Who was in Enugu?
I think Faji. My Lord, you remember this more than 30 years ago. So
you are an old man. You see, if you are a small man,
let me recall. You must give me time to recall because
we have no time to wait.
Well, then you can forget it. The documents are there to say who was where. I was not military secretary. It was not my business to post army officers. It is a matter of general knowledge as at that time. And if I don't care to remember it, then you will give me time to remember it.
Did all the command, that is, the battalion commanders, were there at that party?
They couldn't be.
They couldn't be. Did you see Ejo at that party?
Who?
Ejo.
I didn't see him.
Good. You say by that time he had not moved to Enugu?
I know he had not moved to Enugu.
How do you know?
Because he had spoken to me as the Chief of Staff Army about where he was on that night of the coup. On social occasions.
When he spoke to you was after the coup?
Long time after.
Long time after the coup. Did you know where he was on the night of the 14th?
I know he was booked in Ikoyi Hotel.
So he was in Lagos. He was in Lagos.
You did a deduction as much as mine.
How do you know he was booked? Because you checked later.
I did not have to check.
How did you know he was booked?
Hearsay.
Oh.
If you want to accept, everything here is hearsay.
Oh, good.
He himself told me he was booked.
He was
booked and he changed his room. And that was his alibi for not being killed on that night.
You saw him at the party, I put it to you.
You may say so. I said, I don't remember.
Good.
There were so many other people.
The next morning, he flew to Enugu. Do you know that?
He had told me that.
Fine. It was the plane that brought him to Enugu on the morning of the 15th that took Archbishop Macarius out of Enugu. Did he tell you that?
He might have.
He might have.
He might have.
Say it aloud. He might have.
He might have.
Thank you. Did he tell you why he had to arrive in Enugu on the morning of the 15th?
He told me he insisted he wanted to go and see the state of his battalion.
Good. When was this posting, which he delayed until after the party of the 14th, that he will come to Enugu on the morning of the 15th to make sure that he stays with his battalion on that morning of the 15th? When was the posting?
You would know that better than I.
I know, but you had given evidence.
Not.
You know.
I did not give evidence on the posting of military officers.
Let me put it to you. You know about what happened on the night of the 14th.
I know.
Yes.
I came to know.
Good.
If you are talking about what happened that amounted to a coup, I came to know.
Good. Did you know there was going to be a coup?
How would I?
You had no inkling?
Not at all.
Did you know, have you ever heard of what they call Operation No Mercy?
Never heard of it.
Show him Ali's book.
Ali's book, yes.
It's an exhibit already.
Yes.
The last paragraph at 211.
Last paragraph.
The last sentence, yes.
The 15th January 1966 coup was staged to preempt a Northern People's Congress-inspired coup, Operation No Mercy, designed to eliminate the critics of Prime Minister Tafawa Balewa's administration.
Thank you. Thank you. You have never heard of this Operation No Mercy before?
I've never had.
You've never?
Never had.
You read Moffat?
Yes.
You did not see it there?
I did not.
You didn't read it?
My Lord, I'm sorry. My brain is not as retentive as yours.
I'm as old as
I did never make a first grade in any exam.
So I did it.
All right.
I didn't.
So a book of a million words is not fair.
I never made grade 1.
Truth also must be a fair statement.
All right then.
I never heard of it, and Ali was not even an officer as at that time, as far as I know.
Good.
If he had it, maybe the exercise never existed.
Let me go on. The commander, the person to command that Operation No Mercy was the man who went for a party in his house. Do you know?
I don't know.
Thank you.
In this heated episode, General IBM Haruna is in the hot seat representing the Arewa Consultative Forum in the Ohaneze Ndigbo petition. Major General Ibrahim Bata Malgui Haruna, popularly known as IBM Haruna, was born on 24th of July 1940. He is a retired officer of the Nigerian Army. He was the Federal Commissioner for Information and Culture between 1975 and 1977. He was also the Chairman, Executive Council of Arewa Consultative Forum from 2009 to 2012. He was among the first 30 recruits enrolled into the Boys Company, later known as the Nigerian Military School, in 1954. In 1958, IBM Haruna went to Regular Officers Special Training School, Teshi, Ghana, and later to Mons Officers Cadet School, Aldershot, England. He was commissioned into the Nigerian Army in 1961 upon his graduation as a member of the RMA 27 of the Royal Military Academy, Sandhurst, United Kingdom. As the Federal Commissioner for Information and Culture, he established the Nigerian Television Authority (NTA) in 1975 and the News Agency of Nigeria (NAN). He left the Nigerian Army as a Major General in 1977. In today's episode, he is being cross-examined by the crafty and intelligent counsel for Ohaneze Ndigbo, Chief Anthony Mogbo, SAN. The duo of IBM Haruna and Chief Mogbo meet a few times in the course of the petition with the accompanying legal fireworks. If you enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you in the next video.
All right, start. We see how far we go. We see how far we can go. 4, we rise at 4 so that at least some of the old men will go and rest.
The commission pleases.
Witness,
My Lord.
you
Confine ourselves to something relevant
that is
to our
correct.
terms of reference.
That is correct, my lord. You are affirmed to tell the truth.
Yes.
Before you started this evidence for Arewa, the Secretary General of Arewa testified. Is that correct?
Yes.
He had not quite finished his evidence. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is he going to come back to complete his evidence?
No.
Why not?
The reason is simply that the addendum which was submitted by Arewa was encompassing of what the Secretary General had filed. Good. And the reason why the Secretary General and one other signed the document was because there was some sense of urgency in filing that document.
Do you know there is a procedure in this commission?
Yes, there is.
A witness has to be discharged not by you, but by the commission. Is that correct?
That is correct, but I
Has
have not
the commission
discharged
discharged that witness?
My Lord, can I...
Has the commission discharged that witness?
I'm not aware that he was a witness.
Who discharged him?
He was not a witness.
Good.
My Lord, may I just make a clarification?
Let me continue. Do you want to amend the evidence you have given today?
No.
Can you amend your evidence?
No.
If you amend your evidence, what are the consequences?
Perjury?
Good.
If you were on oath?
Arewa put in exhibit here to amend the evidence given by Ali. That is perjury. Is that correct?
I don't know. It's not perjury.
Get me a document there.
My Lord, can I make a statement here?
Do not make a statement. Answer my questions.
Yes, sir. I thought this was not an adversary court, but a tribunal seeking the truth.
Show him exhibit 62.
Exhibit what?
62.
Yes.
62.
That
Yes.
is an application to amend an exhibit 40. Is that correct?
Is correct?
Can you amend an exhibit?
Yes, you can.
I will accept that as an answer. Witness, you had earlier said you cannot amend your own evidence.
I can be in error.
Exhibit 40 is an exhibit.
Yes, it is.
Can it be amended?
Yes, it can.
Thank you.
We can also be amended. I can lose my arm, my leg.
You
To be
mean
Brahman.
when you lie?
I did not lie, my Lord.
You mean if Ali lied?
I can be in an error. It does not amount to a lie.
You mean if Ali lied, you can come the next day and tell the commission to amend the lie?
Even before God, there's forgiveness and there's prayer for mistakes.
Witness,
And I cannot understand.
that is why I'm asking you. Ali should have come
Even
here.
Clinton has apologized
Are
for
you-
his wrongdoings.
Are you asking for forgiveness for Ali?
I have not committed. I said we
Are
filed
you
an
asking for
amendment.
forgiveness for Mr. Ali?
For who?
For Ali? Colonel Ali? Are you asking for forgiveness for him?
Ali was not here in his own person. He was here for Arewa Consultative Forum as much as I am here.
Let
And he was brought in to put in a document to which he did not testify.
And he was, by some use of word here, ambushed.
Well, that is what it means.
Ambush,
Because
you know what ambush means? I know more
I know more than it means because I can mount one.
I will not
And I train people for mounting ambush.
Just 1 second. You too will be ambushed.
I am pleased
He's a
to
soldier,
be
he knows
ambushed,
what
and I will be
ambush is.
allowed to respond to an ambush.
All right, then. Let me put it to you that it is not right here to amend an exhibit. You may say no.
It's a question of law.
His Lordship and the Commission are there to discharge their responsibility.
Thank you. You know one ACP Ribadu. You know him?
APC.
Assistant Commissioner Ribadu, a lawyer.
Yes, I know him.
You know him? You applied for the script of what happened in Enugu.
Yes.
You read it.
Yes.
You saw ACP Ribadu cross-examine Boulier and Chukwumerije. Did you?
Yes. He was not representing us.
Whom was he representing?
I don't know. He was not holding our brief. We had not come into the case.
Good. Is it right for a counsel to walk in here, not announce for anybody, and cross-examine?
It's a commission.
My Lord, I don't know whether
Is
you
it
want
right?
to indict the commission.
Is it
because
right?
this commission is investigating the truth and can adopt any elastic procedure that goes to meet the objectives of the commission.
We will
so
come
I
to
don't
the
know the
truth.
rightness or wrongness.
We will come to the truth. What I'm asking you, is it right for somebody to walk out from Abuja anywhere, get on there, take the microphone, and cross-examine you without announcing appearance for anybody. Is it right?
My Lord, I'm not competent to discern the procedure of the commission.
The record you read, who was ACP appearing for? ACP Rebadu, who was he appearing for?
That did not concern me, his local standard.
I
as you will
put
say
it to
in
you
court.
that he came to Enugu, appeared for Arewa.
No, my Lord,
Thank
it's
you.
wrong. He did not. He was appearing for the police.
Police? All right, you read the record. You wrote, your Secretary General wrote to this commission
Yes.
and complained of the evidence of Bulie and Chukwumerije. Is that correct? I'll show you the letter.
Yeah, you may be correct if it's on the document. It's correct.
We did the entire submission, not only, okay, although we mentioned the can I give us a time that's the
Now, when you read the evidence in Enugu, minus Bulie and Chukwumerije, others gave evidence.
Yes.
You chose the two as having misrepresented facts. Is that right?
The two?
You chose Bulie and Chukwumerije as having misrepresented facts. Is that right?
That is not right. We chose the Ohaneze petition and evidence as having misrepresented certain aspects of the facts of the Nigerian Civil War.
Good. This commission had sat in Kano,
Yes.
sat in Lagos,
Yes.
sat in Port Harcourt.
Yes.
Arewa never considered it prudent to put any petition.
Yes, we did not, for very good reason.
I'll give you the reason.
I will give you my reason.
I'll give you the reason. Just answer my questions.
Are you giving evidence?
You did not consider the terms of reference any relevance. That is why you did not first put a petition.
Wrong, sir. That was not the reason.
2,
My Lord, we applied to the commission after the Enugu proceedings, and we got what amounted to the leave of the tribunal to enter a response because they know that they have a duty to have the truth, and it's a truth commission following other true commissions that we know of, like that of South Africa. We did not know that the truth of the Nigerian commotions of 1966 was going to come onto the surface as an issue of fundamental right violation.
see the letter written by Deputy Secretary.
Yes.
Can you read it?
All of it?
Whatever portion you want.
My
Read all
Lord,
of it. Read all of it.
is it our local standard before this tribunal that is now an issue? Are we saying we have no right to be before this tribunal?
You have been behaving that way. Read the letter and we tender it.
Thank you, my Lord. The chairman, Human Rights Violation Investigations, Abuja. There, sir. Unrebutted evidence against northern Nigeria and persons of northern Nigerian origin. The Arewa Consultative Forum is the umbrella organization for northern Nigeria. We regret that your honorable commission, whose proceedings we have followed most carefully, has been taking evidence that clearly contradict the truth and which seek to misrepresent and harm northern Nigeria and or persons of northern Nigerian origin. We refer in particular to the evidence given on Wednesday, April 25th, 2001 by Ben Bulie and Comrade Uche Chukwumerije appearing for and on behalf of Ohaneze Ndigbo at the Enugu sitting of the Commission. These witnesses gave grossly inaccurate but unreported evidence relating to the coup of 1966 and the assassination of several northern leaders, which need to be rebutted so as to give the Commission the opportunity to make a fair assessment of the events that took place.
Thank you.
In the circumstances and in order to correct this misinformation, we request your Honorable Commission to kindly permit us the opportunity to make a submission at your next sitting in Abuja. We should be most obliged if an appropriate date and time is allotted to us for this purpose. In the meantime, may we please request that copies of the submissions of the petitions Bengulie and Uche Chukwu Mereje be made available to us. We will also need the print out of the proceedings of that day so as to enable us cover all issues that may have arisen during the hearing of the August body. We thank you very much indeed for your cooperation in this matter. Yours faithfully, Inwa Abdul Kadir, Makatakarda Baba, Acting Secretary.
My Lord, I apply to tender that letter. Can I have it?
Exhibit 96.
96. Following the application, you were supplied with the transcript.
Yes.
The two witnesses you picked out who have contradicted or made statements which you wanted to controvert were subsequently brought here, correct?
Yes.
Reading the transcript, other 18 witnesses testified.
Yes, my Lord.
You did not include them in the request you made.
Yes, my Lord.
What they said has not still been controverted.
Whatever they said were already subsumed in the evidence of the two principal witnesses that we sought to controvert their evidence.
Thank you. Please take it back. I put it to you that one of the reasons, the main reason why you did not, Arewa, file a petition in Kano or Lagos is that Ohanese's petition is not the only petition that mentioned Northerners.
I don't know of the other petitions.
Other petitions
Yes.
that mentioned Northerners.
Yes.
Is Buhari a Northerner?
He is.
Is Babangida a Northerner?
He is.
They are Northerners.
They are not Northerners who were mentioned in connection with the Civil War.
No. In your letter, the Ohanese petition
Yes.
said so many things mentioning Northerners.
Yes.
You have not applied to be given opportunity to respond to other petitions mentioning Northerners. Is that correct?
That is correct.
The reason is that you know some other Northerners do not want this commission to go on.
I don't know that.
I show you. Show him this. You know there is a suit in court? That is why you were waiting.
Yes.
I apply to tender that suit, my lord.
What is the heading of the paper? Let me see.
Witness, if that suit had been completed before all these remnants of cases were brought to Abuja, and the court said this panel should not sit, you would not have made any response.
It is Exhibit 97.
As your Lordship.
Sorry, my lord, we don't know what it is.
Yes.
97.
No, we don't know
We
what
wouldn't
it
have
is.
made a
Originating
representation,
summons.
and the whole evidence and representation that would have been made would have been nullified. So everybody will equally affected
Why
by
you
the
were
ruling of the
waiting?
court.
I'm putting it. Why you were waiting?
We were not waiting.
I am putting it. You say yes or no. You were waiting
No.
on the fence, hoping
No.
that case will be decided in your favor.
No.
Thank you. A few minutes ago, on oath or affirmation, truth, now truth. You said Arewa has been in existence since when? You forgotten?
Yes. Couldn't be since
Maybe
last year, maybe.
Arewa or Arewa, what is
The
it?
Arewa
How
process-
long has it been in existence? ACF.
About a year.
About a year.
Yes.
Hi.
Yes, now.
ACF
Yeah, I've been asking. Yes. Arewa Consultative Forum.
began to be in existence when?
About a year
About 1 year
or
ago.
less.
Oh, that is correct. Do you have a constitution?
We do.
The reason why you had ACF, what is the reason?
There were many reasons,
One,
but one of them was to bring the various interest society groups made up of northerners who were concerned about things that were happening to northern people. They got together to form an umbrella association.
did I hear you say ACF started in 1947?
No, I never said that.
48?
This-
When my colleague was asking you a
Your
question?
colleague was adverting his mind to the Jamia Mata Arewa, the beginning of politics of
Show him.
northerners.
Show
It
him.
had nothing to do
Addendum.
with the Arewa Consultative Forum.
Thank you. Show him addendum.
That was the forerunner of the political party called MPC.
Show him the addendum.
What do Bobana?
We are here to find the truth.
Yes.
Aha. The addendum, yes, that big one. Page 115.
Thank you. I'm getting tired.
Read from paragraph, page 114, paragraph 11.4.
Page 114.
Paragraph 11.4, yes. We wish to reiterate. From there, please.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
Page 114.
Yes.
We wish to reiterate that I am embarrassed to have to come before your Lordship and this all-important commission with hurriedly composed material due to the exigencies of time and circumstance and the fact that we have never envisaged an appearance before your Lordships.
Go ahead.
We are also doubly embarrassed that the duty imposed on us by historical circumstances gives an impression of us which is totally in conflict with our completely un-vassalistic, detribalized, deregionalized, ethnic, and with our commitment to the belief in the unifying and integrative multi-state structure of Nigeria.
Good.
We further state that indeed the emergence of the ACF is the result of the combination between the mass murder of northerners and others several times by the OPC in Lagos and other places, and the official benign neglect of that terrible abuse of the rights to life, to association, to property, and to peace and happiness.
Thank you.
Many northerners... Should I
That is
stop?
enough.
Thank you.
ACF emerged because of the existence of OPC. Is that correct?
Part of it, yes.
If OPC did not exist, from this statement, would Arewa exist?
Well, if they... what they
As
did-
stated there, the emergence was because of the existence of OPC. Is that correct?
That is correct.
If OPC did not exist, Arewa would not have functioned at all. Is that correct?
That may not be correct.
Yeah, but from
We
here,
may have good reasons
is
to
that
come together.
statement here correct?
The statement there is correct.
Thank you.
But it will not be correct that the North could not have come together under any other reasoning compelling them to come together for that purpose.
Given to this commission is at page 115. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Thank you.
But it's not exclusive or exhaustive of the reasons.
You know, Colonel Bullia, you know him. You know him.
I've come to know him.
Is he here? Colonel Bullia. How old do you think he is?
He should be about 60, I think.
I think about 60.
Yes.
Would he be a child in 1966?
He couldn't have been when he was a captain.
Thank you. Is Justice Ozobu here? Can you get up, please, my lord? He also testified, this man in Enugu. He's a retired chief judge. He retired at 65, 5 years ago. Would he be a child in 1966?
Maybe in Christ.
I'm asking you, witness, would he be a little child
There's
in
no imagination, my lord, that will warrant regarding his most respected lordship
as a child?
retirement as a child.
Thank you. Show him Exhibit 14. Professor Modebe, who was a professor of botany in 1953. He testified too. Show him. Exhibit 14. One four.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes? Can you read Exhibit 14? The introduction?
Exhibit 14.
Yes. The introduction, the first paragraph at least.
First paragraph.
Where he introduced himself.
I am greatly honored by the opportunity you have accorded me to appear before you as a concerned citizen of the southeastern political zone of Nigeria to make a brief presentation on one or two aspects of your commission's terms of reference. The presentation is intended to affirm and or supplement the case that is made to you regarding the gross violation of human rights of the people of this zone during, before, and since the Nigerian crisis and civil war of 1966 to 70.
Yes, go on. The next paragraph, where he introduced himself and his age.
By way of introduction, I was born 76 years ago in
How many
Onitsha.
years?
76 years.
That is evidence he gave April 2001.
Yes.
He was born 76 years ago.
Yes.
Would you regard that Professor Modeba as a young child in 1966?
Certainly not.
Good. Thank you. Take it from him. Uche Chukwumerije. Please get up. Comrade. He is not a child in 1966.
Certainly.
Certainly. There was one, you know Colonel Awuna?
I know Colonel Arewa.
He testified.
Yes, he did.
Would you regard him as a child?
I don't regard him as a biological child.
What?
I will regard him as a child.
Thank you. Now, show him the addendum again.
Yes. Page.
Start from page 69, paragraph 347. We will end at an appropriate place.
69.
Yes, paragraph 3.47.
Yes.
Can you read, please?
The ACF notes that curiously the Ndigbo witnesses were not of age to testify to events which took place.
Can you stop a bit? They were not of what?
Of age.
Yes, that is Ndigbo witnesses were not of age.
Yes.
Go on. to testify. Go on.
Which took place some 35 years ago when they were children.
Full stop.
The court took 4 witnesses, not just 2.
On your oath, is it a lie?
It's not.
I will not say it's a lie. It's a mistake. This document...
Has that document lied of itself? Have you regard to your evidence?
It has not lied
No,
completely. They has made mistake with respect to some witnesses.
Oh.
We must admit that there can be mistake in a document.
Oh.
It cannot be relating to all the witnesses.
Tell me which one is less than 60. You know, Bishop Chukwuma,
24 of them give evidence.
former Bishop of Bauchi. You know him?
I know him.
He testified. Is he a child? Would he be a child?
He's not a child.
Good. Which one? You had the transcript before you wrote this. Which one was a child for this document to be true? Tell us. Because this commission, as you said, is to find the truth. Is it not correct? We
Yes,
have been
it is
happy
not-
on it.
This commission is not finding the truth with respect to the ages of witnesses that gave evidence. This commission is
Look, when we
looking
come,
for the truth of what the documents objectively addresses. If there are
Witness.
mistakes here,
Witness.
we must have found that within the witnesses,
Witness.
certain witnesses that probably were not of age in 1966.
which ones? Which one of the witnesses? You know why I'm asking you this? When we then resume tomorrow, I will show you the truth about the part you took in the coup. So get prepared for it.
I am prepared if I took part.
Is that the truth?
The truth of what?
Of their
The
ages. because
individuals you have called upon for me to say whether they are children, I've said they are not children.
Yes,
If you
but
want
they are
to bring all the witnesses that testified,
Tell me
I
which-
will examine and tell you I do not believe this was of age in 1966. But that is not the substance of the response. In fact, the whole response can do without this particular sentence.
Do you
And
want
it is a document
Is the
that
exhibit-
does not go into anything that is materially substantial in finding the truth of what we objected.
Let me know.
You may be right, my lord, and I will apologize to you on behalf of ACF
No, I
that
don't need
this
your
particular
apology.
aspect.
I don't need your apology.
Thank you.
I ask you, that document, as far as that paragraph is concerned, tells untruth about itself. Is that correct?
It does not tell untruth
Thank you.
on some.
All right. I will come to a book you mentioned.
My lord, I can go, if you want us to go and look for further evidence to support what we have said here, I will do so.
All right, go on.
If you want me to.
Well, go on. Tell me which ones are less than.
I don't know all of them that came,
I have mentioned 6. You know, Dr. Ryan.
but you said there were 18 who gave evidence.
Yes. I have mentioned, you had the transcript.
I had the transcript.
You had it, read it before preparing this.
My lord, I am not a tape recorder.
You are not what?
I am not a tape recorder.
I'm not expecting you to be
You
one.
will not expect me to remember everything that was in a transcript.
Oh,
And I've said, if you have said
all right.
that
Witness.
my lordship cannot be a child, that is true.
Anwuna cannot
But-
be a child.
Can we make progress?
There are 6 people out of 18
You
or so.
mentioned about 4 or 5.
But you brought a lawyer who said, for example,
Now, all
my
the
lord,
witnesses-
there was a lawyer from Lagos who said she was there as a child in Asaba or so when people were killed in 1967.
And
If she was a child,
and she is 58 now.
yes, but we are after the evidence she gave of an event when she was a child.
I'll leave that. I'll put it to you that all the witnesses that testified in Enugu on the day they were testifying, the least age was 58. You may not agree. What do you say to it?
My lord, they were not 58 as their age at the time the events of 1966 took place, which was what they were testifying to.
All right.
And that was what we were adverting to.
Exhibit 3. Now, show him exhibit 64. Show me 64. Summary of the response for Arewa. $64.
Yes, my lord. My learned,
Sorry, my lord.
my
Sorry, my
learned
lord.
senior advocate.
Sorry, my lord. The
I am
witness is
a
entitled
honorable
to protection.
distinguished member of the bar,
Yes.
like my lord senior advocate.
They said I should protect you.
Yes.
I'm protecting you now. Now go on.
Haruna,
My lord,
we are friends, you know.
No.
not in the context we now are.
Try and find it for him. Try and find it for him.
St.
John, yes. Find it for him. If you can't, I'll give you a copy.
Why don't you find it for me, St. Matthew? This is your book, only have St. Matthew. I have signed her, St. John, yes, St. John, yes. I can find it, my Lord. In our faith, we believe in all the scriptures, all the books, including Torah and the Bible.
I know.
I can find it, my Lord.
Tomorrow I'll come to the
I will
Quran.
find
I'll come
it.
to the Quran
This
tomorrow.
is your own book. Yes, I have to find it because this one does not publish the
Whatever it reads.
this one, they didn't put it.
Have you ever read the Bible before?
I have.
All right then.
This is not in the language of English in which this
Give me
quotation
another
was.
one.
No, there's no need, my Lord. There's no need. There's no need. It depends on who wrote this particular edition of the Bible.
Yes.
Well,
32 here, my Lord says this, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free.
that is correct. That is very correct. And you will know the truth.
And the truth,
Will set you free.
yes,
And you shall know the truth.
yes,
Shall is the word used.
yes,
And the truth shall set you free.
yes,
That means when you know the truth,
yes,
it shall set you free.
indeed.
Not when you don't know the truth.
There is nothing that bars you from seeking the truth.
Without knowing it,
You cannot know something which you have not sought to know.
what I'm saying is the
This
Bible.
is the truth.
The Bible says,
The
you
Bible
shall know the truth. And if you know it,
It shall set you
you
free.
will tell it, you will say it, it shall then set you free. It is not just truth shall set you free. That is the point. And when we come back tomorrow, we'll know whether you know the truth. That's why I'm making this point.
My Lord, the truth is only with Allah.
Is what?
The truth, for me, is only with Allah. The mouth speaketh not the truth, but seeks the truth.
We will find out.
So, as far as I'm concerned, what we are saying here, the truth should set you free, is
the
also
mic.
stated in the Bible. And it is quoted from the Bible. It is there. You can expand it to say, and the truth, if you know it, shall set you free. This is the way this particular edition has put it.
All right.
There are other editions that
Do you
simpliciter as
Can we make
this
progress? If you listen, you ask, then you answer. We can make progress.
This commission has a mandate. Do you know?
It has a mandate, my Lord.
To find the truth. Correct?
Yes.
And then to try and reconcile people after finding the truth. Is that
Yes,
correct?
yes, that's correct.
My friend, don't. After finding the truth,
Yes.
there is also forgiveness, repentance before reconciliation. Do you agree?
Correct, yes.
Thank you. My Lord, we'll end there today. It's 4 o'clock now.
It's not yet 4.
Pardon me.
It's almost, it's not yet.
5 minutes. Oh. All right then.
I will put the Yamati on that side.
Now there is a book you mentioned in your memo, Moffett. No, they have not. You mentioned the book in your memo written by one D.M.J. Moffett.
Yes.
Did you read it?
Yes, I did.
Good. My Lord, I applied to tender the book. Just look at it.
What's the name of the book?
Let truth, not the truth, because I'm going to ask me. Let truth, without
I
the
think we tendered it.
Let truth, not let the truth.
By Moffett.
Yes.
Well, I think we have it in evidence.
I will. No,
Haven't
not
we?
gone in.
All right. Are you sure?
That was the last document I was going to show
All
me,
right.
Major Ali, before he ambushed himself out.
Let the truth be told. Then let the truth be told.
Show him the book, please.
Exhibit 98.
Show him the book. Show him the book. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. What is the title?
Let truth be told.
Let truth be told.
Yes.
I ask you, would there be a difference in let truth be told and let the truth be told?
There's a difference.
A difference. Thank you very much. The book exhibit you have there is not let the truth be told. It is not.
It says, let truth be told.
Simple, without indefinite article.
It did not pretend to be saying the truth.
Good.
It's saying let
But there
truth
is a
be
difference.
told. Well, I conceive a difference,
All right.
which may not be the true difference.
All right.
My conception of the
All right.
difference.
Look at
the
page
truth is the truth.
127 for us to end today.
Yes, 137.
Yes. 127.
127, my lord.
27.
127.
Yes.
Yes, my lord.
Towards the last portion,
Yes.
at the end,
Yes.
there was a quotation credited to Abubakar, Prime Minister, before he died. Read it quietly before you read it aloud and see whether it is true.
The last paragraph? Sorry.
Well, let me show you. Let me show you.
On another occasion, we
No,
were
let
talking
me-
together
Let me
again,
show
and I
you.
said,
Let me show you. My Lord, after reading this, it will be 4 o'clock. Can you read that aloud, please, witness?
Major Okafor. Major Okafor said, "We will not kill you if you drink these spirits." And the Prime Minister replied, "If you agree, I will speak my message." That is how Major Okafor related it to me. Then they said to me, "Very well, what is your message?" And he said, "Igbo."
Aloud,
Igbo.
please. Aloud, please.
Igbo. You
Please,
shall
please
never.
start again. Start again. Start from the first one. Igbo. and speak up.
Sorry, I have not been auditioned for this acting, but I will try, my lord.
Yes.
Then they said to him, very well, what is your message? And he said, Igbo, 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 3 times. You shall never more be part of Nigeria. Hausa, in brackets, Hausa, Igbo, Igbo, Igbo. Harsa uku, sai kun rasa wajen zama a Nigeria.
Thank you. Is that correct?
I don't know if it is correct.
Thank you. My Lord,
That is what is reported here. I cannot testify to the truth or otherwise of it.
I will stop there today, my Lord.
Convenient time to rise. You've exhausted your time, 4 o'clock. It's 3 minutes past 4. Commissioner will now rise. Yes. Yes, let's start then, or let's continue.
My Lord, General IBM Haruna was in the box.
Yes? You are still on your oath.
Yes, my lord.
I hope your leader has told you our agreement in chambers.
That is correct, my Lord.
All right then.
Our leader normally leads us properly, sir. Witness,
Yes, my lord.
let me thank you for coming back today.
I thank you so.
Thank you. Show him Exhibit 64. It is the summary of Exhibit 64. That is an addendum. While he's looking for it, let me read page 7. Paragraph 24.
Yes.
Can you read it, please, quick?
Page 7, paragraph 24.
25.
25.
Sorry.
It's on page 8.
The page on top, that is the paragraph 23, I think.
23.
The main object, have you seen it? Above, yes?
The
Can you
main
read it?
object of the Oputa Human Violations Investigation Commission is to find the truth and to reconcile Nigerians by healing the wounds of the past based on truth.
Thank you. Healing the wounds of the past based on truth. Show him Exhibit 41 and 42, please. '41 and 42. If you don't have it, show them. Here, show him my own. Come on. A certified true copy. Those documents were put in by Arewa. Is that correct?
I believe so, yes.
Good. My Lord, Exhibits 41 and 42. What are there? Appendix 3 and Appendix 4.
Exhibit 41 and Exhibit 42.
What are there?
One is a letter signed.
Witness, there are appendices 3 and 4. Is that correct? At the top. Appendix 4 and Appendix 3. Is that correct?
That is the title, yes.
Yes. You were a lawyer for Arewa. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct.
You were appearing for Arewa.
That's not correct.
You were appearing for a party to this inquiry.
Yes.
Which party were you appearing?
I was appearing with the senior advocate for Sheikh Shagari.
Now, was that document given to you by Sheikh Shagari?
No.
Who gave you that document?
Personally, I was not given any document.
Have you seen it before it was tendered?
I have seen it as an extract submitted by ACF in their addendum and their papers.
Where is the letter to which it is appendix?
It was not relevant.
Good. You consider the letter not relevant. Is that correct?
We might have.
You might have.
Yes.
You considered it not relevant because you wanted to conceal the fact of that letter.
We were not concealing anything. This letter, the appendix, is annexed to the addendum of the memorandum to the extent that it is relevant to what was said in the memorandum.
When you finish, I'll ask you my question. Those two documents are appendices to two distinct letters.
There are exhibits which we submitted in support of our position in the memorandum.
Witness, they were not attached to any of the documents you submitted. They were tendered as exhibits.
We did not submit them as exhibits to any letter. We submitted them as documents in their own right, not as an appendix.
What I'm saying is that in your position, an appendix is appended to a letter. Is that correct?
It is not put in as an appendix.
I am not
it is put in as an evidence in support of what we had said.
I am not asking you why you put it. I am asking you that those documents were documents attached to some original letters which you have detached. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Thank you. I'll show him exhibit 64 again. For the one you showed him before.
Exhibit 64 is here.
Thank you. Look at paragraph 211 at page 11.
Yes.
The heading is Akaloka, Kanu, 1994. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, before I go on, what you stated in that paragraph is completely untrue.
That is your view. You're entitled to it.
Is it right?
What is it right?
What you have put in that paragraph, you are
that is our truth, and that is what we put there. You are entitled to a view, my lord.
I am not giving any view.
We put it there, yes.
You are the witness. Is that true?
That is true.
Thank you.
Now we put it there.
Now, what you have put there is that, one, Kano state government killed 20 human beings. Is that correct?
Is that what we said? We said what we have said in the terms.
Read what you have said, please, and let's save us some time.
The 1964 case of Akaluka in Kano is pathetic, but the fact is that it is grave and sudden provocation for anyone to tear and use parts of the Holy Quran or any holy book to use as toilet paper when one eases oneself, and more so for a non-Muslim to engage in such an act to the knowing of a Muslim. The reaction of the Islamic fundamentalists should be viewed in this regard based on the fact that Kano state government ordered regrettably the extrajudicial killings of about 20 alleged Muslim fundamentalists for the alleged offense and carried out an investigation upon which the government's action was calculated. Good. The matter should be allowed to rest as a warning to all against acts of religious provocation.
Good. Therefore, because Kano state government had killed 20 people, that matter should be allowed to rest. Is that
That's
correct?
our view.
That is your view. Who were killed?
The documents in respect of this can be provided. I do not have it at the court.
Who? Name one person
People.
among those who were killed.
I am not
if you were
competent to
telling the
name
truth.
people, 20 people who are killed. Many people are killed. My Lord, can you answer how many people by name were killed when you said there was pogrom?
We mentioned our
I cannot mention them.
You cannot mention them.
We have replied to what you said in this context.
Now, who killed them?
We have said here
Kano State
it was
government.
a extrajudicial killing.
By Kano State government.
I am not an investigator. This matter was being investigated before the commission.
Witness,
the commission
answer
would
my
find out.
question.
Sorry, my lord, with all respect to the learned senior, if the commission wants, we can supply the names. We have them. We should not waste time on this. The 20 people are well known. We are planning to either take a case to court. We know them. Please, sorry, my
Why
lord.
don't you give all the documents to the witness so that I can...
It's in house, sir. We have asked
Give
it to
him
be
the
translated.
documents necessary so that I can answer the questions when asked. Kano State government killed 20. Who are they? If he has the document, he will know.
My Lord, he's taking 2 minutes out of my time.
Re-examination.
Yes, give him the names.
Yes.
You want to tender that then? You have to tender it before I start reading or...
Colonel Ali disturbed me behind.
Yes? Can we have that tender?
Have you got the list of 20?
I don't.
You haven't.
I don't have.
But they've given you a list.
I have a book. It does not say it is a list.
So the answer is that the document now given to you by your counsel does not contain the names. Is that correct?
I am on oath.
Yes. Tell the truth.
Sorry, my
I
lord.
have not come here to give names, and I'm not prepared to give names. If you want me to go and bring names and find out the names from the police or from the government, I will do so. It was not relevant. It was not relevant in the context of what I'm repelling to
My
the
lord,
panel.
I had to stand up to give the list because
You
we
may well
agreed
ask me when
that
were they
we'll ask
born or
only
where they come
relevant
from.
questions
I'm
to
not
save time. Sorry, my
relevant.
lord.
You think this is not relevant?
No, the list we have is in Hausa, and we have ordered for it to be translated and submitted to the commission.
Somebody who is going to give evidence, at least on this issue, should have been armed. If you don't have the list in your memorandum you submitted,
Yes.
or in your response, the list will be available so that if a question is asked, he will answer it.
He said he has not got the list. We have it with the story in Hausa. We are promising to submit it to the commission. We don't know why we should waste more than 10 minutes again on this. We are submitting the list to the commission with the detailed story.
Have you got the list? You gave him a
No,
document.
we have
He
the
said it's not
story
there.
in Hausa with the names scattered in the story, and it's about 10-15 pages. It's not in English, but we have ordered for it to be translated, and we'll forward it to the commission, and we'll give them a copy. We don't want this to be used and then waste all the time of the commission, my lord.
If it is relevant to you, my lord, when I leave here, I will go and look for the names. It was not relevant in the question and in the context I was replying to your...
I wish the witness will stop talking about relevance.
Oh, sorry.
We have to decide, not you.
my apologies, my lord.
Witness, you see, I'm happy the commission told you this. Yesterday, you wanted the reverend to supply the true version of the Bible.
I
Today,
did not.
Relevance is for them, not for you. Just answer my questions. Finally, the document now given to you by counsel does not contain the names of those who were killed. Yes
if
or
you
no?
give me time,
Yes
I will
or
look
no?
at it. I've just received the document. I have to
All
read
All right,
it.
I'll go to another
Clerk
question.
of
You
court,
want me to read, I will wait.
Mark
And
that
when I
document.
study it, I will reply you.
before he can use it, it should be exhibit 99.
As the Lordship
Then he
pleases.
can use it. What's the name of the document? Get it from him, mark it, and then
Mark
give it back
it.
to him.
Now, why
What's
he's
the
marking
name?
it? Why he's marking it? I'll ask you another question. Were they apprehended before the execution?
I don't know.
You don't know. Were they arrested before execution?
I don't know.
Did you read this document which you signed?
I did.
Did you investigate? Did you know what you signed?
I know what I signed.
You knew it then, but you don't know it now.
I don't know everything, and what I signed is not what you are telling me, because what you are saying now is not there. What is in the book is what I signed.
Good. These 20 people, are they Nigerians?
You are going behind the veil, my lord. I don't know.
I suggested to you that that whole paragraph is a lie.
It's not a lie.
Thank you. Who ordered this extrajudicial killing of these Nigerians or Chadians you don't know? Who ordered the extrajudicial killing?
I never said it was ordered.
It was done by Kano State government.
It was extrajudicial. It couldn't have been an order.
By Kano State government. As you stated here?
Yes, as I stated there.
Who was the governor then?
I don't know. I can't remember who it was.
What year?
The year Kano 1994, as stated there in paragraph 211.
On your oath, at your level, both professions, you swear before this commission, a government of the state in Nigeria killed 20 people you do not know because of one Akaloka. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Any of those 20, do you know any of their parents?
I don't know.
Any of their relations who will come here and complain?
I don't know.
Any of their friends?
I don't know.
Is the act not barbaric? Do you not consider this type of act? 2001 in Nigeria, before a commission saying it, do you agree that that act is barbaric?
No more barbaric than other killings that had taken place.
Thank you. Akaloka's killing is barbaric.
It was as barbaric as June 1966 coup and what followed.
The pogrom was barbaric.
Yes.
The
If
killing,
there was a pogrom, it was barbaric.
my learned friend suggested to you some atrocities committed, but you said no, he didn't. Those atrocities he suggested to you, which you denied, were barbaric.
I did not deny. I say if there were atrocities at all and there are barbarities, then they are barbaric.
He suggested
There's no cause for a civilized society to resort to barbarism. Extrajudicial killing is barbaric. I agree with you.
You have not told this commission the truth about Akaloka. That is my suggestion.
This is the truth I know.
The truth you know
Is what I have signed.
is the Kano State government killed 20 people you don't know, extrajudicial. Where were they killed? Where?
In Kano.
What place in Kano? In the prison?
I don't know. I'm not an investigation officer, my lord. If you want me to investigate and bring you these details, I will. But I stand by what I have signed here.
All right, now let us come to what you will know. You told this commission yesterday that let Abubakar, but you didn't agree with it, said, Igbo, 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 you are no more part of Nigeria. Is that correct?
That's not correct.
He did not say it.
Your interpretation of what you said is not correct.
But did he say it?
Did he say what?
Igbo, 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 you are not part of Nigeria.
Did he say so in English language? He did not say so.
Did he say it in Hausa?
I will refresh my mind. If you bring the exhibit, let
Bring
me
the
read
exhibit.
it.
95. It'll be 95. Moffat. The last exhibit. No, my friend. Let truth be told, please. Yeah, page 127. Okay.
Yes.
You see it?
Yes.
You may say he did not say it, but that book said he said it.
The book says he said Igbo.
Read what the
Igbo.
book said he said.
Right. Then they said to him, very well, what is your message? And he said, Igbo, 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 3 times in brackets. You shall never more be part of Nigeria.
Thank you.
In
Witness
brackets,
in Hausa, don't worry.
No.
You do
I shall worry, my lord,
say it in Hausa.
because he did not say it in English.
All right, say it in Hausa. You know why I'm trying to stop you? The document that was given to you was in Hausa. You didn't want to read it.
It's not that. You didn't ask me to read it. You asked me to give a list of names. And I've said, until I read it, I cannot deduce the names to give you.
Read in Hausa now.
Hausa, semicolon. Igbo, Igbo, Igbo. Har so uku. Seku rasa wajen zama a Nigeria.
What does it mean in the language we understand here?
The language,
English. What does it mean in English?
In English,
That is the language we use here.
that you will lead yourself to a position that you will be uncomfortable where you find yourself.
Good. 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 Your own, my question. By 1979,
Yes.
do you regard Igbos as Nigerians?
Okay.
By 1979,
I have never regarded Igbos not being Nigerians. So I don't contemplate any thought of not regarding
As a
them
lawyer,
as Nigerians.
every Nigerian is entitled to own property anywhere in Nigeria. Am I right?
You are right.
Because of that, you will not approve of a Nigerian abandoning his property in Nigeria.
Every person is entitled to abandon his property,
Every
or to be
person.
in possession of his property, or to put anybody to possess his property, or to mortgage his property.
Do you approve of the law passed by the federal government that Nigerians can abandon their properties in their own country?
I'm not in a position to approve or disapprove.
You are not.
It's not my duty.
Is
It
it
has
good?
never been.
Is it good? Your opinion, is it good? Because
What-
in your memo, you said all
No,
the properties
My
owned
lord,
by.
the statement, is it good, is not clear by itself. So what are you asking?
Do you approve of an Igbo man abandoning his property in Maiduguri? Do you approve of it?
Every person has a right to his property. What he does with his property, it's his own volition.
Two, if federal government says, if you leave Maiduguri, your property is deemed abandoned, do you approve of it?
It depends on what kind of property you are talking about. Property of different
House, on land, a building on land.
Yes,
I have a building opposite University of Maiduguri.
yes.
Would you approve a federal government passing a legislation that if I leave Maiduguri,
Insofar as the law of Nigeria is concerned,
do you approve of it?
land is in a custody of the government for and behalf of the people.
The state
It is only
government.
the governor who can approve or disapprove depending on the terms and conditions under which the land is given.
The state government.
The constitution is very clear. Every citizen has a right to property.
Where a government says you have no right to own property, I am asking you, is it right?
It's not in my evidence that any government had denied anybody the right
I'm saying
to hold
no,
any
it's
property.
not your evidence. I know. You see, it's your evidence that the Igbos who have property in the north, that in keeping with good spirit, rule of law, they have been given back this property.
Yes.
If they had not been given that property, would you approve of it?
I approve of the government taking good care of the property of citizens.
Abandoning it, that's what I'm saying. To declare it abandoned, Do you approve of it?
It's not my evidence that the government abandoned.
Do you also approve that if he abandons,
I approve of what is contained in the Constitution and of the law.
That is
I
that
do not
every
make it.
Nigerian is entitled to own property anywhere in Nigeria. That's what you
Yes.
approve.
Yes.
Where the government that made that constitution says some people, when they leave a place for any exigency, their property is abandoned. Do you approve of it?
What would they have done, my friend? I cannot comprehend the essence of a question. Without the circumstances of the abandonment, whoever is entitled to his land or property will be there.
During the war and during the pogrom, during the atrocities which we discussed yesterday, a lot of Nigerians left their places of origin out of fear and returned home. Before they did this, they have developed properties in the places they were living before the civil crisis. And the Constitution says, every Nigerian. That's what I'm asking you. These are the circumstances.
Every Nigerian, including Nigerians who were houses who had property in Owerri and Port Harcourt,
Good.
for which there has been no account.
Show
We
him
in
this.
our document show that they were
Show him
accounted for under the circumstances that they left.
That is the Abandoned Property Law, Act 1 of 1990. Have you ever seen it?
I've never seen it.
Thank you. A lawyer. That I apply to tender it, my lord. Act 1, 1990. You ought to have seen it.
I beg your pardon, my lord?
The first chapter of the laws of Nigeria, chapter 1,
Yes.
I tender it. Give it to him when you mark it.
Exhibit 100.
Thank you.
Leonard Senior, I want to get a clarification. I thought the evidence we had in Enugu was to the effect that abandoned property was a phenomenon in the river state. Was it also
My lord, I'm not talking about states now. I'm talking about Nigerian state.
general?
Nigerian state under the constitution. That is why I brought not the River State government law, not the Adamawa state government law, but the federal act. That's what I'm showing him. The constitution, he agrees, says every Nigerian. And I'm showing him the law that governs every Nigerian, wherever they are.
All right.
And then he has said, in his own place. So, because we are...
No, if he, I mean, the only, my only...
You're trouble.
Is he competent to speak for the federal government on this matter?
My lord, you were here presiding when he said he's here representing the federal government. That's his evidence. That when the federal government has not responded, that is why Arewa came. That is why I'm asking this question. If you had stopped him at that time, I won't waste my time on these matters. Because they have said in their memo, these are questions to be read for the federal government. We took it, but he came here and said, no. We, Arewa, in our arrogance, we must challenge you, representing. I will come to that representative authority which he has. That is the evidence you have. Otherwise, I won't bother him. Yes?
Yes.
Yes?
Sorry, yes, what, my lord?
That is the...
Sorry, my lord. My lord, with the greatest respect, in order to properly and conveniently guide the proceedings of today, your lordship called us to chambers and we agreed that we will ask relevant questions, and it was not our understanding, my lord, that we will insult each other. With all respect to the council, we thought we'll come in and abide by what we agreed.
What is your, I don't know, what's the objection or your observation? What?
Yeah, it's an objection of the way he's treating the witness. The witness deserves some respect and protection of the commission.
Which protection?
He's calling him
One,
arrogant.
you are showing a law.
He should not use
All
the
we are
word.
being asked, is this law a law that we expect in a good society?
My lord,
Answer it either yes or no.
It's not
It doesn't
the issue.
matter us what he says.
it's not the issue I'm complaining, my lord. A very senior counsel like that. Not use the word
Even 2
arrogance
hours,
referring to the
after 2
Arewa.
hours is not true. I stopped him. It's within his time limit. What are we wasting too much time?
So my lord,
Give him 2 hours.
within his time limit, then he can say whatever it is. He was calling Arewa arrogant. That is not fair. You are here to reconcile Nigerians, my lord.
What is unfair in showing somebody a law made by the federal government
And saying we're
I'm
arrogant.
asking him,
Okay,
is
my
this
lord.
law right or wrong?
Okay, thank you,
Whatever
my
he
lord.
says is neither here nor there. But let him say what he wants to say. The law may be unconstitutional. You go to the Supreme Court and challenge it.
My lord, another 5 minutes on my time. Show him this document. Witness,
You didn't want me to say
Witness.
anything about this?
just
Yes.
before he shows, in these proceedings, Arewa has tendered Decree 34. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you. So we are not wrong in tendering another law.
No, it's okay.
Um,
You wanted me to say something about the law?
Forget it. It is a law. You can't interpret it now because you haven't seen it before. Have you seen it
You
before?
were asking. I've seen it now,
You've seen it
and
now.
I can comment on it.
Don't worry. Leave it there. Just read it. Look at the document.
Yes.
Have you seen that document?
I'm seeing it for the first time.
I like to tender it before I ask you questions.
Let's see, what document is this again?
I'll read the name. All right, Officer. I will now deal with the coup.
Exhibit 101.
Just give
My
him.
lord, sorry, we don't know the names of the exhibits. Can we know the name of the law which
Just-
you admitted? The two, we don't know the
Let's
names.
see.
This is a report.
Give me exhibit 101. Read it, the name for him. I'll show him. Show him. Hundred was Abandoned Property Act.
Yes.
Witness, can you read out what is written on that first page?
Rivers State Government, or rather, Rivers State of Nigeria. Conclusions of the Government of Rivers State on the report of the Commission of Inquiry into allocation of plots and sale of abandoned houses in Port Harcourt during the period 1st October 1979 to 31st December 1983 under the chairmanship of Mr. Dickens Sanomi, July 1985. Price 3 naira. Printed by the government printer, Port Harcourt.
Yes. That exhibit talks about abandoned properties that were sold somewhere in Nigeria. Is that correct? Whether you agree or not, it is there.
That's what the title says.
Thank you. That is all for you on that. Take it from me. The first day you gave evidence here, you told my lords on the commission that you went for a party on the night of 14th January 1966. That is correct.
It's correct.
Thank you. That was at Ikui.
That's correct.
Do you remember about how many officers, forget civilians, that were there?
That was not my concern.
It was not your concern.
It was a party.
Do you know about how many of your own group that were at that party?
Beg your pardon? Sorry?
How many soldiers were at that party?
I was not a planner, so I had no business counting on anybody else who was there. I was concerned with myself and my own social undertaking.
Can you tell this commission if you recognized any other person at that party, soldier or civilian?
Yes, I was dancing with the girlfriend of Gawani, his fiancée. That's what I remember very much. And I had my wife with me.
Is he?
And I had Colonel Lajima, who I recognized very well.
Take it easy. I want you to say those you recognized.
I had no ill motives to start recording on people I recognize at the party. My Lord is unnatural. It's not my nature.
It is going to be important.
Yes.
Apart from Colonel Ali, do you recognize?
I didn't recognize the Colonel Ali.
Whom did you recognize?
Lieutenant Colonel Lajima, the commanding officer of 4th Battalion.
Good. Did you see Ifa Juna there?
Even if I saw him, I would remember.
Did you see him there?
My Lord, I did not record the faces of the guest, of the host, to whose party I went to. It was not my business. It's not in my character.
I will come to whether it is your business, but just answer these simple questions. You did not recognize Ifa Juna there?
If he was there, maybe I didn't even see him. You recognize him. What for?
How many battalions did you have in the army then?
There were 5.
5. Who were the battalion commanders?
They had just been changed around.
At that night, 14th, did you see any commanders?
Ojuku was 0 of 5th Battalion in Kano.
Yes. Ejo was in Enugu.
Ejo was not in Enugu. He was in transit to go to Enugu.
Good. Who was in Enugu?
I think Faji. My Lord, you remember this more than 30 years ago. So
He's an old man. You see, if you are a small
let
man,
me recall. You must give me time to recall because
we have no time to wait.
Well, then you can forget it. The documents are there to say who was where. I was not military secretary. It was not my business to post army officers. It is a matter of general knowledge as at that time. And if I don't care to remember it, then you will give me time to remember it.
Did all the command, that is, the battalion commanders, were there at that party?
They couldn't be.
They couldn't be. Did you see Ejo at that party?
Who?
Ejo.
I didn't see him.
Good. You say by that time he had not moved to Enugu.
I know he had not moved to Enugu.
How do you know?
Because he had spoken to me as the Chief of Staff Army about where he was on that night of the coup. On social occasions.
When he spoke to you was after the coup?
Long time after.
Long time after the coup. Did you know where he was on the night of the 14th?
I know he was booked in Ikoyi Hotel.
So he was in Lagos. He was in Lagos.
You did a deduction as much as mine.
How do you know he was booked? Because you checked later.
I did not have to check.
How did you know he was booked?
Hearsay.
Oh.
If you want to accept, everything here is hearsay.
Oh, good.
He himself told me he was booked. He was booked and he changed his room. And that was his alibi for not being killed on that night.
You saw him at the party, I put it to you.
You may say so. I said, I don't remember.
Good.
There were so many other people.
The next morning, he flew to Enugu. Do you know that?
He had told me that.
Fine. It was the plane that brought him to Enugu on the morning of the 15th that took Archbishop Macarius out of Enugu. Did he tell you that?
He might have.
He might have.
He might have.
Say it aloud. He might have.
He might have.
Thank you. Did he tell you why he had to arrive in Enugu on the morning of the 15th?
He told me he insisted he wanted to go and see the state of his battalion.
Good. When was this posting, which he delayed until after the party of the 14th, that he will come to Enugu on the morning of the 15th to make sure that he stays with his battalion on that morning of the 15th. When was the posting?
You would know that better than I.
I know, but you had given evidence.
Not.
You know.
I did not give evidence on posting of military officers.
Let me put it to you. You know about what happened on the night of the 14th.
I know.
Yes.
I came to know.
Good.
If you are talking about what happened that amounted to a coup, I came to know.
Good. Did you know there was going to be a coup?
How would I?
You had no inkling.
Not at all.
Did you know, have you ever heard of what they call Operation No Mercy?
Never heard of it.
Show him Ali's book. This one. Look at Ali's book. Read page 211, the last paragraph.
Ali's book, yes.
It's an exhibit already.
Yes.
The last paragraph at 211.
Last paragraph.
The last sentence, yes.
The 15th January 1966 coup was staged to preempt a Northern People's Congress-inspired coup, Operation No Mercy, designed to eliminate the critics of Prime Minister Tafawa Balewa's administration.
Thank you. Thank you. You have never heard of this Operation No Mercy before?
I've never heard.
You've never?
Never heard.
You read Moffat?
Yes.
You did not see it there?
I did not.
You didn't read it?
My Lord, I'm sorry. My brain is not as retentive as yours.
I'm as old as
I did never make a first grade in any exam.
So I did it.
All right.
I didn't.
So a book of a million words is not fair.
I never made grade 1.
Truth also must be a fair statement.
All right then.
I never heard of it, and Ali was not even an officer as at that time, as far as I know.
Good.
If he had it, maybe the exercise never existed.
Let me go on. The commander, the person to command that Operation No Mercy was the man who went for a party in his house. Do you know?
I don't know.
Thank you. Read Ali again.
Where?
That same page.
The 15th January 1960, what I read earlier or something else?
The same place.
The 15th January 1966 coup was staged to preempt a Northern People's Congress, MPC, inspired coup. Good. Operation No Mercy.
Now, I put to you that Operation No Mercy was to be led by Mai Malare.
I absolutely refute that, because there's no foundation as to the existence of this operation or even to the competence of Ali to make this statement.
Thank you.
I dare say he was probably not even an officer cadet in 1966.
Thank you. I ask you what? There is a difference between preempting and premeditation. Is that correct?
And the two words are entirely different.
What he used there was what you people did on the night of the 14th to 15th was preemptive of what Operation No Mercy was to do.
Which people? I don't know who you mean by you people.
All right. The coup that happened on the night of the 14th, 15th was preemptive of the Operation No Mercy. Do you agree? That's what the book said.
I don't believe in the book. I don't even believe the writer knows what he's talking about.
All right.
It's his opinion. But he was never even a soldier.
Thank you.
You said it was preempting a jihad. You now want us to believe it's preempting, what is it? Operation No Mercy?
When you finish, many Northerners knew about the coup that was to take place that night.
I don't know how many is many, and I don't know
will tell
if
you.
know.
I'll tell you.
For one, I speak for myself. I don't know.
Alhaji Yusuf knew.
He was in a position to know because
Thank you very much.
He was a police officer. I don't know him.
Thank you very much. Apart from him, if he knew, he was in a position to know.
Many people knew.
He was there. Oh,
many Nigerians knew. Many Igbos knew.
That's what
there were suggestions of coup.
That's what I want to tell you.
But not 15th of January.
Alhaji Yusuf knew of the coup of the 14th night.
Is that so?
Yes.
Good.
Let me tell you that he knew. He also told the Sadwana.
He did?
I say he did. He's here.
Good.
Isn't he here?
Who, Sadwana?
Who was the commander, the brigade commander of in the north, in Kaduna?
Brigadier Ademalokun.
He knew about the coup.
He did?
Yes.
Well, he did then.
Good. He told Sadwana about the coup. Yes.
Okay, he told him.
He advised Sadwana that it was better that they take him to the Chad or Niger.
I heard so too.
Very well.
I heard the story.
Oh, you have heard it. See, we are all hearing the same thing because we are the same age.
Yes.
Now, Akintola knew.
I heard he knew.
Good. And he flew to Kaduna on that Friday afternoon to brief Ahmadu Bello.
So I heard.
Thank you. Abubakar knew.
He did?
Yes.
Well, okay.
Did you hear he knew?
He knew.
Yes.
He knew.
The British High Commissioner wanted to provide him a room at the commission and he refused. Do you know that?
So they knew. The British High Commissioner knew.
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that because you mentioned a foreign government.
I know what I know. I don't know what they know.
Did you hear later that the British High Commissioner said, my friend, sit, come in my room, come and I'll keep you, the flag will protect you. Because that night, something was going to happen.
My Lord, this was not my evidence, but we are enriched.
It's not your evidence. I'm asking you what you know or what you have heard about this coup.
Oh, sorry.
Unless you took part and want to hide it.
You can investigate me.
It's too late.
It's never too late.
All right.
The crime is a crime.
Let us find out what you heard or what you know.
Yes. Before or after the event?
Before the coup.
Well, all this you say, I never knew before the coup.
Do you know that there was a Commonwealth conference that night?
I know of it, yes.
Good. That the one Mr. Wilson was the Prime Minister.
Who?
Wilson.
Yes, Harold Wilson.
Did you hear that he also offered Abubakar the frigate that was in Apapa?
I must have read it somewhere.
Thank you very much. You read them?
Yes.
After the coup?
I read or heard of them after the coup.
Did you investigate them?
It's not my duty to investigate.
Thank you.
He's talking about.
Show him this document. My Lord, I apply to tender it. Copy of the Outlook.
Yes.
Just wait. Wait. When it is tendered. Okay. We still have 50.
It's army victims in the 1966 coup,
That is
exhibit 104. Army victims in 1966 I think it's incident T is missing. Give him.
Excuse me, can I have 95? Moffat.
104.
Moffat.
Father wants it. You want to look at it?
Let the truth be told. Yes, show it to him. Show it to him. Give him the book first.
Yes.
Look at page 157 of that exhibit.
Which exhibit? 104? Which exhibit?
Yes, 157. Yes.
Exhibit what? Exhibit 98. Exhibit 98. Look at page 157.
Yes.
Look at number 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 on the column Kaduna.
Yes.
11, you have 4 Nigerians, correct?
Yes.
12, you have just police, correct?
Yes.
13, you have security guards, correct?
Yes.
14, you have shot by soldiers, correct?
Yes.
15, one of the attackers shot by police.
Yes.
The writer was given others who were killed in Kaduna. Is that correct?
I don't know.
All right. He deliberately has not put in their names.
I don't know if it's deliberate.
From what you are looking from 11 to 14, you read it. Are there names on those ones?
What he wrote. I'm not responsible for what he wrote, my lord.
That is the book you are relying on. You quoted Moffat.
Relying on it in what respect? It has
In
to do with the
when you
specific
quote,
respect.
in what respect were you
We
relying?
rely on it insofar as what they wrote here can be relied on.
That's exactly. So
That's what he wrote,
Good.
and we rely on it.
thank you. You rely on whatever he wrote.
What they wrote, insofar as we have used it, we rely on what he said in
Good.
that context.
Moffat, do you know him as a person?
Who?
Moffat.
No.
You don't. If you read it, you find he said the tape, the manuscript was left in the archives of University of Oxford. Did you read it anywhere there?
I can't recall reading that.
27, page 27.
Is that so?
Good.
You have just exhausted 1 hour. You have only 1 hour left.
I know, my lord. My lord, I know. I know. Did you ever investigate in that university whether the manuscript is there before you rely on the book? No?
No.
No. The reason you did not investigate is because you know this manuscript, the tapes are in Ahmadu Bello University.
That is not the reason. When we applied
Do
to
you
the
know? Let me
commission
finish.
to make a reply,
Let me finish.
we had a time limit. During that limit, we could only do what is reasonable.
Till now,
For the
I
discovery
am
of truth, you want us to go to all the archives
I am
and produce facts.
I am suggesting to
we
you
will
now.
do so.
I am suggesting to you now that when you mentioned Moffat in June, you had time to investigate. And I'm putting to you that the tape he said is in Oxford is in Ahmadu Bello University today, and you know it.
Well, since you know it, my lord, and you want to rely on it, you could have applied for it. We did what was humanly possible. It is not the only fact on which we relied upon.
It is a book written by Moffat, commissioned by Kaduna Mafia.
I don't know them.
You don't know. I'm suggesting to you that it is.
Well, you are entitled.
When Decree 34 was promulgated, those mainly affected were whites. Do you agree?
I don't agree unless you show me the statistics.
They knew they were going to lose their job.
Please refresh my memory. I don't remember what
Do
exactly
you
you're talking
know
about.
that after July coup, after
Yeah.
January, between January and July,
Yes.
there were clandestine radios pouring information to Kaduna Radio, and Kaduna Radio was speaking it from outside the borders, Nigeria and Chad. Do you know?
I don't know that they are clandestine. And if
But
they
you knew of radio announcements coming into Nigeria from those areas.
radio waves are unstoppable.
But
don't stop
did you hear about it?
Hear what? That they were clandestine, planned by who? Deliberately attacking the listening audience in Nigeria? That's not in my evidence.
They helped to inflame those who were hearing it.
My Lord, you know them. Since we are looking for the truth, please help.
And they helped to inflame the northerners.
Who are they, my Lord, sir? I don't know. You have to tell me.
You mentioned a foreign agent that gave money.
Where?
You don't know you mentioned it.
Show me where I mentioned it. I will see the context in which I mentioned it, and I will defend it.
Which context did you mention it?
Did I mention it?
Yes, you did.
Show me where I mentioned it.
We will address on it.
Thank you.
Those foreign governments are Arab countries. Say no.
Are you asking me to say no?
I am putting it to you that they are, because you know them.
I don't know them.
When you
I'm
read,
surprised, my Lord, that you should suggest this thing.
when you read a paper and it is not true, what do you do?
When you read a paper and it is not true,
Do you try to correct it?
you mean that there is a mistake, or you conclude that what is said is not true?
That the contents of what you have read are not true. Do you need to challenge it?
No?
You don't.
Everyone is entitled to his mistakes, to
All
his
right.
opinion, to his statement. We read it for whatever value it is.
You are the son of a soldier, am I right?
My father was once a soldier. He was also a teacher. He was also a policeman.
Good. By the first convocation of the Ahmadu Bello University, by the first convocation ever, he was the man carrying the mace.
That was not my father. My father never carried the mace.
What did he
or
carry?
the convocation.
Torch of unity?
My father did act as Sergeant of Arms of the Northern Regional Assembly.
Did you know he ever carried the torch of unity at the University of
It never existed in his lifetime.
Ahmadu Bello never existed before he died?
You said University of Maiduguri.
No. Ahmadu Bello University.
Yes.
Did he ever do anything there that you know?
My father didn't walk the grounds of any university, my Lord.
But he was mace carrier for the late Sadwana.
He was not mace carrier for the late Sadana.
What was he?
Sadana never had a mace.
What
It
was
was
he?
the House of Assembly that had a mace.
So he was the mace carrier of the House of Assembly.
I don't know if you want to call
Show
it mace
him.
carrier. We call it Sergeant at Arms.
He was at
Sorry, my lord.
He was once a sergeant
Lord,
at arms.
I'm
He
sorry.
was.
Thank you.
He acted as Sergeant
The
of
witness's
I
father
applied to
has
tell-
nothing to do with the investigation before this commission.
I applied to tender.
Arms. No, you can cover up the story. We've said our story.
You see, my lord,
If he doesn't know, he say, I don't know.
yeah, but
And we
he's
get
asking
on.
too many irrelevant and personal insultive questions, my
What
lord.
document?
Yes, the commission should stop him.
The university document? You're talking about mace and torch.
Get it from him. And my lord, I applied to tender.
He's talking about his late father. It has
You've
nothing to
seen
do
the
with commission.
photograph of your father there.
Yes, I've seen the photograph of
You've
my
seen the
father.
photograph of your father there?
Yes.
What is
Thank
the
you.
point? He said you are talking about his late father.
His late father, yes.
Uh-huh.
No, it's all right.
I applied to tender.
What's the nexus?
I am seeing it,
Hold it.
and I'm seeing it in this magazine for the first time, and I'm pleased to see it.
Yes.
And I would like to have a copy.
I will give you a copy.
Yes. Yes.
My lord, I will apply to
We
tender.
don't clap here. If anybody claps, we send him out.
But I don't know what this has to do with whatever you are looking for as the
I will lead to it. I apply
Then
to
you can
tender
lead to
it.
it.
I will tender it first.
Thank you.
What is the... You want to tender it?
Yes, my lord.
All right.
The magazine, and in particular the page.
Show counsel on the other side. Mark it exhibit 105. What page are you referring to?
The page where his father, the photograph of his father appeared as Sergeant at Arms. Yeah. Page 19, my lord. 19. Free news.
Yes, mark it and give it to the witness.
Let me go, my friend. Exhibit 104 shows the list of casualties in the 1966 coup. That's my question.
I thought you were making a statement.
Yes?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Exhibit, what is it you have there?
Exhibit 104.
I put to you that it contains the list of casualties of the 1966 coup. Do you agree?
That's what Nigerian Outlook says.
Thank you. Please show him the magazine, the last exhibit. Show him. Exhibit what? Look at the top of that magazine. Can you read the heading?
Yes.
Please.
Northern Emirs killed. Sardauna, not Igbos.
Good. Have you ever seen that magazine before now?
No.
Thank you.
I can't remember seeing it. Diko Haruna versus IBB.
Thank you. Take it from him, please.
March 1993.
Thank you.
20 naira. The just and the fair, not.
Do you know Colonel Witness? Do you know Colonel Amuna?
Yes, I do.
He was number 19 in the Nigerian Army.
If he says so, yes.
He was the chief of staff on the 14th of January 1966.
I don't remember that. He was not.
Do you know, you read the transcript of the evidence he gave in Enugu?
Yes.
He said, as army staff, chief of staff, he ordered the arrest of the mutineers. Did you read that?
I read him say so, yes.
Good. That is true.
I don't know if it was true.
You did not ask him to come here to be confronted for distorting history.
It was not relevant.
Thank you. Show me the evidence. You know, you had all the exhibits too.
All the exhibits?
That were attended in Enugu. Did you ask for them?
No.
Good. In 1994, Colonel Amuna had a clean discharge by the Nigerian Army. Clean discharge.
What year?
1994. He applied.
Yes.
He was given a clean discharge.
Yes.
Good. He he was not alleged to have done anything.
Yes.
That is Exhibit 11. He is still not in the Nigerian army.
Neither am I.
He was not formally retired.
If he was given a clean discharge, then he's discharged. That's formal enough. So I don't agree with you, sir.
Between 1967 and 1994, when he was given a clean discharge, he was not allowed to be in the army.
You will ask him if he was not allowed.
That is because he's an Igbo man. Give another reason.
Where was he?
He was sitting in his house in Enugu, applying to be paid his salary, to be reintegrated.
Was he posted there?
He was not given any assignment.
Was he still on the MS list?
That is why he came in 1994 and said, look, what have I done? If I have anything, state it in Exhibit 11. And they said, we had nothing about you, nothing against you. I'm asking you now, is that fair? And I suggest, since you hesitate, it is because he's Igbo.
I am not hesitating.
Thank
I
you.
was retired before 1979 because I'm Hausa Fulani, as they say.
You have not
He
petitioned.
was retired
You have not
at the
petitioned.
end of the war. My lord, let me correct
He
your
was not
question.
retired.
If you say so,
He was not.
You know the facts, he knows the facts.
No,
if
no,
he's
no,
not
no, no.
retired, he should have been posted.
Yes. He said he was not retired.
That's
he was
what
not
he
dismissed,
said.
that he ought to have been posted, and you agree?
If he was not retired, he ought to have been posted. But I put
That
it,
he
I'm
was
sorry, I
not
can't put it to you.
posted is because he is Igbo.
May I give you my opinion?
Your reason why he was not posted?
Yes.
Do you know? Because you are speaking
Let
for federal
me give-
government. You are speaking now for federal government.
I am
Tell this
speaking from
commission-
my own knowledge.
No,
At the
no,
end
no.
of the Civil War 1970,
No, Haruna.
all officers were inquired into at the end of the Civil War.
Haruna.
There were those who were absorbed, there were those who were retired. If he did not disclose these facts, it's up to him. But if he was not retired, he ought to have been posted. Why did he wait from 1970 to 1994 before he acted on asking a formal retirement? How many years?
Haruna,
It was a contract of service. There is a legal limit.
since you are representing federal government,
I am not representing federal government.
Thank you.
I am in this box to
Thank-
speak for ACF.
thank you. You are not here representing federal government.
I am not.
Thank you very much. So, all the allegations made about disempowerment by Ndigbo, and let me first ask you, you know Ndigbo, Ohaneze, does not represent southern Nigeria. Do you know?
Well, by the name, as it implies, it represents Ohaneze in the Igbo.
Good. It represents the number of states you stated in Exhibit 40. Abia, Anambra, Imo, Ebonyi, Enugu. Is that correct?
The Igbo-speaking peoples are in those states, yes.
So they do not represent here, southern Nigeria. Is that correct?
You are not representing Eastern Nigeria, Southern Nigeria, or Western Nigeria. You
Their
are representing
petition.
Igbos, my lord.
Good.
That's what you told us.
Yes.
Your petition is Ohaneze in the Igbo, not Ohaneze in the East.
Did you respond? Did you respond to Ohaneze Ndigbo, or did you respond to southern Nigeria?
We responded to issues raised and unrebutted evidence which we felt should be rebutted as submitted by Ohaneze Indi Igbo's petition and evidence.
Show him the addendum, please. About the addendum, and who is the addendum? Okay.
Look at the index on Kusa. you have it here? You see where it is mentioned about people not coming into sensitive positions in the army. It's there. Look at the index.
Page 71 on exhibit what? Show me exhibit 63. Page 71. Look at page 71 of exhibit 63, paragraph 42.
Yes, 42.
Can you read it?
Some people have even gone to the extent of calling for the annihilation of the North, as the Tutsis have been in Rwanda. Chief Bola Ige, for instance, has in his column in the Sunday Tribune consistently called for a genocide against the Tutsis of Nigeria, the Hausa Fulani, and the rest of Northerners. He has said, and is quote, and I quote, "As the Tutsis of Nigeria, the Fulani of Nigeria are likely to end up sharing the same bloody fate with the Tutsis of Rwanda," quote closes.
Thank you.
The crimes of the North are said to be, the quote continues, that they have transformed themselves into...
Let me ask you another question.
Sorry, yes.
You have introduced the Honorable Attorney General at page 71. Is that correct?
No.
You have mentioned his name.
Yes, that we did, yes. As the author of an article in...
Did Ohaneze mention him?
No.
Does he come from Ndigbo?
No.
Ohaneze. Thank you.
In the context of Hausa Fulani domination, he was mentioned, and that is the context. The paragraph 400 says,
now, I'll go to the next question.
We are exploding the myth of northern domination in Nigeria, not over Ndigbo alone.
When the Prime Minister said in Hausa, but I say it in English, which I know, Igbo, you are no longer part of Nigeria. The federal government continued immediately to treat the Igbos as non-Nigerians. Is that correct? Yes or no?
Well, you didn't tell me when he said it. You told me to read it in the book.
Does it matter?
I read it. It does matter.
He said
because
it.
You are now asking me, my Lord, when and immediately after there was a consequence. You didn't let me read when the event took place.
He said it on the 14th of January, 1966.
The night he was killed.
Yes.
Under the oppression of an overpowering power of an Igbo officer.
Have you answered my question?
I have not heard your question, sir.
After that statement made by the overpowering power of Anuforo, which is in that book,
yes,
Nigeria, which you don't represent, continued to take Igbos as not belonging to Nigeria.
No, Igbos continued to rule Nigeria.
Next question.
Ironsi took over immediately, was ruling Nigeria. Ironsi was ruling northern region immediately thereafter.
You know there are international airports. I'll mention them.
International?
Where planes land, airports.
Yes, yes.
There is one in Maiduguri.
Yes.
There is one in Kano.
Yes.
There is one in Abuja.
Yes.
There is Port Harcourt.
Yes.
There is Lagos.
Yes.
There is Calabar.
Yes.
There is Abuja.
Yes.
There is none.
There is Enugu. There is Owerri.
Do you understand my question?
You have not asked the question. I was completing the, what do you call it, sui generis, or the complete geography or enumeration of airports.
All right. I said international airports. There is, I have mentioned the ones in Nigeria. There is not one in Igbo land, on Ohaneze and Ndigbo. Before 29th May.
My Lord, if you are suggesting airports are placed for ethnic purposes, that's a different matter. I am not coming, my Lord.
There is none.
There is none in Buraland.
Thank you.
There is none in Kwajafa.
there is no petition here by Igboland. When they come, they will rule on it. Do you answer my question? There is no international airport before May 29th.
I do not know that they are supposed to be.
You don't? Good. There is a refinery in Kaduna.
Yes, is the House of Fulani, my lord?
What? Something is worrying your head.
Yes, something is worrying my head.
You see,
You know what is worrying my head?
You know what is,
I am thinking of Nigeria.
you know what is
I am
worrying?
thinking of ethnic
My lord.
Nigeria. So it's worrying my head. You are right. You are worrying my head.
My lord,
I was a general for the Nigerian army. I wasn't a general for Kaduna
General, please listen.
refinery.
my lord, we are here for reconciliation and for stating the facts. We can also insult people, but we are not ready to do it. But the commission must act. I mean, the general is too old.
Counsel.
Yes, you are very
Counsel,
senior counsel. You have to
counsel.
withdraw that statement.
Counsel, senior counsel, what did you say? No, you.
My lord, I just asked a question.
Yes.
He knows there is a refinery in Kaduna, and this problem started.
No, what did you say? No. Hold it. I'm asking him. Do you want to answer for him? Oh. What did you say?
My lord, I asked a question, and yes, I think I remember.
He didn't answer the
He didn't
question.
answer. I'm so sorry.
And then what did you say?
I apologize to you
Oh, well,
for saying that.
because
I apologize.
the mark of maturity
My lord, I
is to
apologize.
disagree
Yes, my lord.
without being disagreeable.
My lord, the problem I'm having
So,
is that
well,
he seems.
do accept his apology. He says apologize, and we share in the apology too.
my
Because
lord.
you're one of us.
To be
Although you're in the
quite,
middle of us.
quite candid, my lord, it doesn't call for
He
apology.
doesn't, but he has apologized.
My
And
lord,
we join in the apology.
Thank you,
My lord, the
Thank you, my lord, for apologizing.
My lord.
I concede. Thank you very much.
Aruna, I'm sorry.
Thank you, my lord.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So
My
you
lord,
make me mad.
the problem I have, my lord, is that when he goes on, eats my time. I'm a real friend on that. Takes my time. I seem to lose my normal self. So
I
I'm
wish
sorry.
I had a stopwatch, so when I stop it.
The loss is mutual.
Now, witness.
Yes, my lord.
Witness.
Yes, my
You
lord.
remember I gave you a copy
Yes.
of the head of state's statement at last year's independence celebration.
No.
Oh, yeah,
You
I made
did
a
not?
photocopy and gave you.
Where?
Here, you don't remember? All right.
Socially or in this
No,
witness
socially,
box?
ordinarily. Hey.
Oh, I remember that.
Because, you see, that is why I cannot,
I remember you gave me a photocopy of
that
a
is why
speech, yes.
I cannot behave the way people think I'm behaving, because we are friends. That is the speech made on the first democracy. Look at the copy again now.
Yes.
My lord, I apply to tender it, the speech by the head of state.
Yes, I have seen this copy.
Is this an exhibit?
I apply to tender it.
What's the name?
Addressed to a nation by His Excellency President Olusegun Obasanjo on the occasion of the first Democracy Day, Abuja, May 29, 2000.
Yes. Show him.
What's the name of the document? Address by His Excellency. Come on.
While he marks it,
Yes.
I say while he marks it. Hey. Witness, you see the problem I have from all sides.
Yes, you deserve it.
Now-
I'm sorry.
106.
You remember, you recollect,
Yes, my lord.
Nzogo, when he died, was given full military honors.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Please. Show him. Let me show you. Just read the portion I read with you here together. Page 219 of that pen. Just these first two paragraphs.
Yes, page 219.
Yes.
The paragraph reads, in pursuance of this objective of unity and recognizing the fact that justice must at all times be tempered with mercy, the federal government has decided that all officers who were dismissed from service because of the stand they took in the war will now have their dismissals converted into retirement. It is another step to put the unsavory past behind us. There may be more of such acts of reconciliation in the future, but our administration is convinced that this decision will go to a great extent help put behind us the still lingering bitterness and alienation arising from that tragic episode of our history. This administration will continue to bind wounds and ensure genuine reconciliation.
Thank you very much. Does that show, if you agree, say yes. If you don't, say no. That by the time he was making that speech, before this commission was set up, the head of state for Nigeria realized that there had not been complete reconciliation.
He must have realized so.
Thank you. In your response to Arewa, you said there had been complete reconciliation done immediately after the war.
Yes.
Would that be right?
It is right, because reconciliation is a matter of degree. We are reconciled with our families, with our wives. We still quarrel and still eat their food and carry the family. So there's a degree of reconciliation. We are here talking with each other. If there was no reconciliation as complete to express our free democratic views, we will not be voting in the same parties for one another. He is making a political statement. He is making a concession perhaps to get votes. But it's not the same as saying that we are not reconciled.
Thank you.
But it's also encouraging the kind of things that have happened in the East.
Thank you. You know that sometime in 1996, 1997, the former head of state who was being represented here went to 3 different locations in this country in what he called prayer session for Nigeria and apologized for whatever he did during his tenure. Do you know that?
I know that.
Thank you. I'd like to tender this courtesy, my lord. Ukuria. He is head of Arewa.
He is not head of Arewa.
He's a member.
He's a member of the Board of Trustees.
Thank you.
Correction.
You know,
I
107.
correct that statement. He's a member of
What statement? What you made?
Lessons in Gawan's apology, Exhibit 107.
My lord, there are 3 copies there. There are 3.
107.
For the 3, my lord.
Yes?
Yes, my lord. You know, Colonel Major General Robert Adeyinka Adebayo.
Yes, I know him.
You know that this year he apologized for whatever he did as a soldier during the war openly. Do you know that?
I read it in the
Thank
papers.
you.
Yes, I do.
I apply to tender this blood. You know, a colleague of ours, Chief Otumba.
Hold it. Mark it first. What page did he say that? Did he apologize? You want us to read the whole thing?
The whole thing, my lord. We'll address you on that. There's no time.
Mark it, 108.
Adebayo also called on other officers to apologize for their own act during the war. At the bottom. Just continue the apologies, sir. Yes?
Sorry? You said they apologized. So I'm looking at exhibit 108.
We will address on that.
Oh, okay.
You know Chief T.S. Benson?
Yes, I do.
He wrote an apology which he headed, "Forgive and Forget the Past." Have you ever read it?
No, I haven't.
I apply to tender it. You will find it in the book. Page. I'll tell you that page particularly.
109, page what?
Well, it's the last few pages there. Page what? General, or colleague or witness. I think I'd rather call you a colleague. You know, sometime in 1998,
yes,
the Pope, you must have heard it.
Yes.
For the second time visited Nigeria.
Yes.
Good. He called for reconciliation.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And the title is Nigeria Be Reconciled.
Yes.
Thank you. I pray to tender it, my Lord.
Exhibit 110.
Now, page 17. It's tender, my Lord, I apply to tender that one. Yes, I will be there. I will be there. My Lord, I will also tender in particular page 17 of that book. My Lord,
you want to show him the exhibit?
And I want to tender it.
Yes.
And I want to tender in particular page 17.
110.
And in particular,
Nigeria Be Reconciled, 110.
And in particular page 17.
But he's charging you for publishing. He published it.
Oh, he published it. My Lord, a lot of people will be charged for the books that have gone in here.
So you haven't paid for using it. Yes, another one.
You must have heard that sometime in April, the same Pope went to Greece and publicly apologized for all the Catholic Church had done for the last 500 years. Did you hear about it?
I did, yes.
Thank you. I pray to tender this, my Lord.
Exhibit 111.
Your Lordship, please. Witness, do you accept that for an apology, there has to be repentance? One has to acknowledge that something has happened which his conscience does not admit.
Not necessarily. I don't accept.
You cannot say for General Gawan why he apologized, can you?
Because he wants us Nigerians.
Can you?
What?
Can you say why General Gawan apologized?
I cannot say.
Thank you.
Not my position to say. I don't know what you apologize for either.
Now, you have said again that you are not representing the federal government. If the federal government apologizes for, I give you an example, the bombing at Owerri, where 500 people were killed one morning, would you say they are wrong?
I will ask them to also apologize for bombing Kaduna Airport.
Good. When you put your petition.
Beg your pardon?
When you put your petition. You have no petition in this commission.
Neither do we stand for the apology of the federal government.
If the federal government apologizes for the mass killing at Asaba, Oboisoho, which was testified by the bishop and confirmed by Dr. Raya, which you did not report here, will you, Arewa, raise an eyebrow?
With that hypothesis, if you still raise an 8.6 trillion million
not million,
and accuse
I'm
us,
talking about apology.
yes.
If the federal government decides to apologize,
and you still came here to say what you have said, we will still enter a response.
is there anything that you did in the army that you want to apologize now?
None that I know of.
None that you know of.
Yes.
As commander of the battalion that massacred people at Item, Owerri, Oboisohe and Asaba, now would he, that commander, apologize?
My division, which I commanded, was not a battalion. There were battalions and brigades. If they engage in massacre, yes, in accordance to what you say, I would have court-martialed them.
Good. If you did not, and people are now saying, for what you have done, murder of people in open day at Item, murder of people 9:15 a.m. in a market, 700 dead. Murder of defenseless people who have come to welcome the Nigerian troops, 500 at Asaba. Would you expect that person now, like Gawan, to say, I am sorry?
I, as a combatant commander of the troops,
as a witness in this box,
as a witness in this box, testifying for and on behalf of the soldiers who fought the Civil War, they fought it in the principle of preserving the Nigerian Federation. I have no apologies for maintaining the Federation of Nigeria. That was my task. If my commander-in-chief, who was in command, gave me command, which I carried out with troops, if he now fails to apologize, and he has apologized, it is in his own wisdom to do so. But insofar as I commanded troops and obeyed orders within the competence of my profession, I have no apologies. I have no apologies.
In your religion,
here together as citizens of Nigeria.
In your religion, you have a word called talion. equivalent of revenge. Is that correct?
Maybe correct, yes.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Because of that religion, you did not forgive the coup plotters of January. You revenged because of your religion in July.
It was
correct?
never a religious context.
No.
I was never engaged in any religious context. I was not in a jihad. I was not.
Brother.
I was a soldier carrying out orders.
No, what I'm saying is,
Two of you can go on standing.
Yes.
what I'm saying
Your
is that
friend has
because
SAN
Sorry, sir.
is standing. Yes, what is it about?
My lord, we are trying to reconcile Nigerians and look for a better Nigeria. We cannot be bringing religious sentiments here. You see, the way he's putting it, this can start any religious problem in this country, my lord.
All right, I'll put it another way.
Let him mind.
I will put it in another way. Please let my time not run out. Witness,
I don't know.
Yes.
is it correct to say that the July coup was to revenge January coup?
It was an outbreak of indiscipline, motivated and inspired by the breakdown of law and order, which was motivated or
Is it a
promoted.
revenge?
Revenge is a matter of interpretation. What are they revenging?
If there had not been the January coup, would there have been a July coup?
They wouldn't.
Thank you. Thank you. Now look at finally at your appendices. Show him what is at the back of this paper. Figures. The appendices you have shown as to our claim for disempowerment.
Yes.
All those documents
Yes.
divide Nigeria.
All these are exhibits
Yes, exhibit.
already tendered.
Yes, madam.
Okay. All right.
They are in appendix, exhibit 63. All the attachments, what Arewa tried to do was to divide Nigeria into north and south. Is that correct?
Arewa was not dividing any Nigeria.
That is the way you were comparing our claim.
We are not comparing your claim.
You are responding to-
We were making
A response.
statistical
You were making a response.
comparative
You
as a
are-
response. Yes.
Ndigbo said they have no refinery in Igbo land. And your response is, South has one refinery, North has one refinery. That is what you said. Is that correct?
Yes.
That one in the South, is it in Igbo land?
It is in the part of Nigeria
Is
where
it in Igbo land?
Nigeria is not administered by ethnic groups, my lord. Let us understand something.
There is a claim before this panel, not by Nigerians,
Against who for a petroleum station?
against the federal government for injustice. And they say there are 2-3 refineries in Nigeria.
Yes.
There is one in Kano.
Yes.
There is Kaduna.
Kaduna.
He answered.
I answer. I'm just saying yes to you because yes. You show me the one in Kano.
There is one in Kaduna. There is one in Port Harcourt. There is one in Warri. They are drilling for one unsuccessfully in Maiduguri. There is none in Ndigbo. Is that correct? All right.
My lord,
Is
the
that
ones
correct?
you have talked. Look, when you say Port Harcourt, you didn't say Nkwere or whatever drive is there. When you said Kano, you didn't say Hausa. The petrol station, refinery in Kano that you said, or in Kaduna, is not for Hausas. You didn't say the one in Calabar is not.
Again, you have
When it comes to your
Did
own
you-
to say Igbo land.
Did you read?
The fuel station, the petroleum refinery
yes.
distributed according to.
Can I now ask
We
you-
should now have 400 refineries.
Can I
in
ask you
Nigeria.
another question? Do you know Sisi Ono, Chief Sisi Ono?
Chief who?
Chief Sisi Ono.
I've heard of him.
Good.
It's
He
the one
said-
whose daughter is married to Ojukwu. Or who? I don't know who you are talking about. Chief?
I don't know people by their female children. Well, that Ojukwu gave evidence in Enugu.
Ojukwu?
Yes, but no.
Oh no.
Sisi Ono, yes.
Yeah, he gave his daughter.
He gave evidence.
Oh, he gave evidence.
Yes. You read it in the transcript. He said, he gave the positions of electricity in Nigeria. He said the one at Oju River was cannibalized since 1966.
Yes.
Since then, the federal government has built a power station in Chirora Dam.
Yes.
Power stations in 11 places in Nigeria.
Yes.
And they have not bothered to repair Oji.
Unfortunate.
Good.
I have
just?
also complained about the mismanagement of our resources.
Is that just? It's unfortunate.
I said it's unfortunate.
Thank you.
You are supposed to maintain what you have. We fail to maintain what we have, not just.
Do you know, if you don't know, say you don't know, there are 46 federal government sponsored irrigation dams. You know what I mean?
Alive or dead?
Irrigation, not dam, D-A-M.
Yes, I say, are those dams alive or dead?
I said they are functioning now that we are talking. 46. In the north, in all the states in the north, there is none in Ohanese Ndigbo area. Do you know?
I don't know.
You will not know.
There is none in Buraland, as much as I know.
You have not petitioned. That is the problem.
Well, if Nigeria has been developing by petition, now we know. I thought Nigeria is developing by government plans.
The federal government, in the speech which you read,
yes,
the head of state speech,
yes,
he inaugurated this and said, because of these inadequacies,
yes,
because of these complaints about marginalization,
yes,
those who feel injured,
yes,
who feel marginalized,
yes,
should come to these people here. That's why we're here.
Human rights on development.
That's what the head of state said.
Yes, I agree.
Those who feel they are marginalized,
yes,
or even threatened
and that's
by
why we have responded, because we are marginalized.
You have not responded. You have not claimed. You have not made any claim.
No, we have no claim, but we have responded. We have said when you go by this, we too are doubly marginalized.
Arewa has been said to be a busybody group. Do you agree?
A
busybody going around. Things, interlopers, somebody says. People who don't have anything that concerns them, but they put themselves into it. I put to you, that is
our democratic right to participate in everything in Nigeria in which we feel we are concerned. We are not interlopers.
Thank you. For how many minutes?
We are not immigrants. We are indigenous. We are entitled to whatever you claim, we can also claim. There is no dam in my village. There is no electricity. There is no public water, and I'm served this country as a general.
How do you get to Owerri? How do you get to Owerri?
By road or by air or by bicycle or by land. You get to Owerri. It's on the map.
You see,
whoever wants to get to Owerri will find out how to get there.
Yesterday, I didn't want to ask you about this. You were asked by your lawyer about your wife from Owerri.
Yes.
Where is the place in Owerri?
You have 9 minutes. My wife hails from Umoiche compound. Her father, late Benjamin Mere, on Douglas Street, Owerri. Yes. They are still there.
I'm interested in this. His wife is from Owerri. Have you ever gone to Owerri?
That is the point.
By road?
My lord,
have you ever gone to Owerri by road?
I went to Owerri to betroth my wife.
When?
In 1962.
When?
62.
No. If you go now, you can't reach Owerri.
That's what I'm telling you.
Well, if you can reach Owerri, my wife did get to Owerri. There was a function recently, and she went there.
Did you ask, why don't you accompany your wife? Love, show it. Show love.
Are you now contesting I don't show love for my wife? Did you pay for her to go there? Did you pay for the functions?
Why?
Did you ask me how much sacrifice I have had to make in the proportion of what my resources are for her to go there and enjoy the function?
That is the problem.
You cannot tell me.
That is the problem.
Let me bring her here to tell you whether I have shown her love for 40 years or not. Let me tell you, sir, my lord,
tell me.
Our first son, which we got, is a graduate. He is married to a chief lady, and I'm a proud grandfather of a son and daughter from Tivland and Igbo land extraction. I am building Nigeria, and I fought for this country. I will do anything for us to survive. The people you should blame for not giving you these roads are there. You drink and fraternize with them. If they give you a brief, they will give you millions. They don't give me a brief. Why do we complain? Human rights. You brought this thing here for people who killed people.
Show him the book on Zago, finally. Show him the book on Zago. Show him. Show him. The book you tendered.
Yes.
There is a letter. There is a letter at page 150.
A letter at page 150.
On your exhibit, that is book Nzago which you tendered. Can you read it, please? And that will be my last question.
Letter on page 150.
Appendix 2.
Yes. Federal Prison, Kirikiri, 4th February 65. Beg your pardon. My dear Oba, I can probably smuggle out this letter to you in spite of the strict security which forbids us to let anyone know our whereabouts. You probably know already. The story is that when I got to Lagos on the night of the 19th of January, I was first taken to the Lagos Teaching Hospital. Almost 24 hours later, Igboba and Mohammed Murtala were sent to come with a guard of 2 private soldiers armed with Tommy guns and borne in an open Land Rover to arrest me. There are 20 officers here and about 130 other ranks. The officers are as follows: Colonel Banjo, Don Akafo, Aganya, Nwobosi, Adeleke, Yudiaja, Ndigbo, Tijani Katsina, killed Second Lieutenant Odu in brackets, Ebiko, Nweke, Ekejiafo, Wokocha, Okaka, Elegbede, not involved, Onyefuru, Onguluka, Anyafulu, Egweze, Okocha, and me, of course. Banjo and Aganya were arrested for the same offense. The former was arrested for giving the weapons to Banjo. Ifeajuna and my colleagues in the South made such a nonsense of this affair, with result that people are accusing us of being one-sided. The so-called loyalist troops, under the influence of the Supreme Commander, urged on by certain tribalists, encourage private soldiers and NCOs to cane and maltreat some of these officers, and the men now in Kirikiri whilst they were under detention in the Federal Guard in 2nd Battalion. They were beaten with kobokos daily, starved and forced to drink urine at gunpoint. Ngobosi nearly had his eyes poked out with a rifle muzzle, and Oyewele, who is still admitted on the military hospital, had his forehead and nose smashed to bits with a rifle. In the presence of Ikanem, Captain Iwe, Major Ali, and a few other loyalist officers. If you see the men here in prison, you will be sorry for them. Koboko and bayonet wounds all over the face and body. It is terrible. In fairness to them, loyalists, they were probably acting so in order to please some faction of the army that felt the human loss. But that is not how to soldier. We get VIP treatment in the prison, and all warders and prisoners respect me as head of the revolutionary group. We are not allowed to write letters stating that we are here, nor are we allowed to give details of this place. One corporal was shot dead, and one Sergeant Nathaniel badly wounded by tribalist troops of the Federal Guard. The character of the revolution in the north was entirely different because of the organization, which included every shade of person. In the south, the northern officers and troops feel that the coup is aimed against the north. Everyone seems quite jittery at this end, and they will fire at anything that moves. The army is completely untrained and will need a lot of cleaning out and retraining. We do not know how long we are expected to be here.
Thank you very much. My Lord, I apply to tender that page as a separate exhibit. Appendix 2.
What's the name of the book?
It's in the book, my Lord.
Which book? What's the name?
Zegu, by Olusegun Obasanjo.
He tendered it yesterday.
Oh, the book is tendered.
It's been 74, my Lord.
Page what?
Page 150, Appendix 2.
Of
Page
exhibit what?
150.
Exhibit what? 74. Flag it and mark it exhibit 102. 112. Page 74 of exhibit.
What time is it?
Exhibit what?
Finally.
74. Of page 74 of exhibit what?
Page 150.
Let's see. Exhibit is 74. Page is 150. Page 150 of exhibit 74. Tendered as exhibit
Please finally show him exhibit 8.
112.
Finally show him exhibit 8. Exhibit 8.
Mark it 112.
8. One of those books. Final question.
You have half a minute.
I know. Yes, that's exhibit 8.
Yes. Exhibit 8.
That is the book by Bullier.
Yes.
It was written in 1981.
Yes.
Up to now, some of those like you or other army officers who know something and who participated have not written about that coup.
We did not know it, and I didn't participate.
That is all for
the coup 1966. All I knew was after.
Now, how do we start? Who has 2 hours? Somebody has 1 hour. You have 2 hours.
No, yes, and
All right, then go on.
Okay. And I will not even take more than 1 hour. It's re-examination only.
Well, if you don't take more than 1 hour, it helps us further.
Thank you, my
You
lord.
have two.
Yes,
If you
I
take
have-
one,
yes, I
we
have
are
two.
grateful to you. All right.
General.
I thought you are calling your witness. You are
No, he is my
re-examining.
witness. I
No,
have
no,
to-
no. You say you are calling extra.
No, yes, that is different.
All right. Do whatever you like with your time.
General, there are more Igbos in diaspora than there are in the East. If you know, say yes. If you don't know, say you don't know.
I'm finding it difficult to compute
Okay.
the
Now, it is correct
ratio.
that Igbos own lands and shops all over Nigeria without any hindrance.
yes.
Good. Now, it is also correct that we laid in evidence before this honorable commission a document which showed that Northern Nigerian government not only preserved abandoned properties, but also collected rents and handed them over.
Yes.
Now, in Sardauna's book, My Life, that is Exhibit 88, which was tendered yesterday, Sardauna's definition of middle belt could not have been anything other than middle belt of northern Nigeria.
Correct.
Now, from that Exhibit 91, give it to him, please, quick. Exhibit 91, the map. Now, General Gawan, who ruled Nigeria for 9 years, is from the middle belt.
Yes.
General Babangida, who ruled Nigeria for 8 years, is from the middle belt.
Yes.
Abdul Salam, who completed the 18 years, is from the middle belt.
Yes.
So those who have been dominating Nigeria are the middle belters.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
my lord. This can hardly be re-examination.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Anyway,
Don't worry.
he's entitled
We want
to use his
every
time.
available evidence.
Very well.
Where is the man from the middle belt? He should be one worrying. Not you. Yes. You said every middle belt. Yes, go on.
Please give him Exhibit 99.
99.
Tafawa Balewa is also from the middle belt.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Give him quickly Exhibit 99, the Hausa document from Kano. Yes, Ampadai. Now, that's how that document in Hausa
Yes.
was from one of the victims who was, they were lined up and shot, and they thought he was dead, and he wrote his own story. He said, Nine Babban Sheda,
Correct.
means I am the witness of the truth.
Yes.
Now, go to page 6. At page 6,
Yes.
he listed the names of the 5 of them who were lined up together and shot as Aminu, Sharu, Rijali, Ahmed, and Umar.
Anybody can write that.
Page 6.
Yes.
Yada bin ya faru?
Yes, no, yes, line 3 or 4. You will see their names. Ni, Aminu, Sharu, Rijali, Ahmed, and Umar.
The misali sharu ne da nan. What line? Sorry, what line?
Line. No, ina inda suna. Aha, line 3. Yadda abin ya faru, page 6.
Page 6. 1, 2.
It's titled Yadda abin ya faru. The
Yes,
misali.
that's the heading. Yes.
Good. The
Line
misali.
3.
Good.
Aminu da Sharu. Mai daka.
Da Rijali.
Rijali.
Da Ahmed. Da Umar.
Da kuma Umar sai.
Yes, these
Kawai
are.
muka ji ana.
No, it's all right.
All right.
These are the 5 of them who were brought out at 3 a.m. And then go to page 17. That's why he explained how the 5 of them were,
17.
yes, were lined up and shot.
Yes. Page 17.
Yes, how the 5 of them were lined up and shot. The 5 of them who were taken out together.
Yes.
Now, when he was asking you some questions and saying Alhaji Yusuf, you did not know he was referring to our chairman. Or did you know?
I think I must have adverted to Alhaji Yusuf being the chairman.
Okay, and you know Alhaji Yusuf was a commissioner of police, not an assistant commissioner of police at that time.
I did not know him at that time.
Okay.
1966.
No, he said he was
By
an
the time I
assistant
got to
commissioner,
know him, he was
and you
an
said
IG.
no. Okay, I'm correcting it for you now. And it was Iransi who appointed him to head the special branch.
I believe so.
Okay. Now, you must have seen the interview of Chief Ajuluchuku, point blank,
Yes.
where he admitted that the coup was organized by the Igbos and Dr. Azikiwe was aware.
Yes.
He also said in the tape, which we promised to bring to the commission,
Yes.
that he tried to go and tell Sardona and he was prevented from doing so by Chief Opara.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, the news we all heard was that Akintola and the British High Commission alerted late Sardona. And it is not that he refused to run away, but he said his life was in the hand of God.
Correct.
Thank you. Now, please give him Exhibit 104, that list. Quick, the list, the long list. Now, that list is from Nigerian Chronicle newspaper out of Nigerian Chronicle paper of March 17th, 1967. No, Chronicle.
Nigerian Outlook.
Outlook, okay, Nigerian Outlook.
Friday, March 17, 1967.
It is not a gazette.
No.
It is not an official report of government.
No.
Thank you.
The newspaper.
Now, he made reference, he asked you a question on the Tribune column of Uncle Bola Ige, where they referred to Hausa Fulani as the Tutsis.
Yes.
You are aware that Bola Ige gave an interview to Weekly Trust, admitting the column but denying what they published.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, let me, for purposes of empathy, that House of Words, which late Abubakar Tafawa Balewa was said to have said, did not say Igbos were not part of Nigeria or should not be part of Nigeria.
He did not.
In any case, you fought a 3 years war to keep them as part of Nigeria.
30 months.
30 months, thank you very much. Now, naming an airport, international airport, is the responsibility of Federal Minister of Transport.
It is.
From 1999 to date, the Minister of Transport is Chinwe, an Igbo lady.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Now, Chukuma Nzegu was given a full burial by
Federal military government.
Yes. Under General Yakubu Gowon.
Yes.
General Iransi did not deem it fit to do the same to Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa or Sir Ahmad Bello.
He did not.
Thank you very
much. Neither
much.
to the military officers.
Thank you very much. Now, you are aware that this commission was established within the first 2 weeks of the present administration.
I believe so.
So it is not correct to say that the speech by General Obasanjo in October last year was before the formation of this commission. That was what the council said. It was not correct.
The speech was, I believe, 29th of
May 2000.
2000.
And this commission was established in June 1999. So it was wrong for the council to suggest to you that the speech was made before the commission was established.
Correct.
Thank you. Now, when Gowon apologized, he apologized as head of Nigeria PRE, not as head of the federal military government. Is that correct?
In fact, I was asked to tender the exhibit.
No, I'm just asking whether you know that when he apologized, whether he apologized as head of the federal military government or as head of Nigeria PRE, which was what he was doing at that time.
I think the prayer session that he was attending was a Christian assembly.
No, he was a head of an organization, prayer group, and he was going around the country.
Yes.
If you read the document, he apologized for the war and those who innocently suffered.
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much. Now, to your knowledge, did Ojukwu up till today apologize to the Igbos for what he caused them, or to Nigerians?
No, he has not.
To your knowledge, did Bule, who admitted here before the commission that he was part of that coup, apologize to the Igbos or to Nigerians?
No, he did not.
Now, to your knowledge, before either Dr. Azikwe or Chief Michael Okpara died, did any one of them apologize to Nigerians?
Never.
Thank you very much. Now, when Pope came to Nigeria, he came during the time of Alhaji Shehu Shagari and General Sani Abacha.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
So.
Now, if federal government apologized to the Igbos for the alleged massacre in Aba, ACAB will have a right to protest and insist on apology for the thousands of northerners who were killed at Imo Bridge.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Now, to your knowledge, and as far as you can recollect, did your brigade engage in any massacre or murder of defenseless civilians?
Not that I know of.
Thank you very much. You also recollect that you were issued with a code of conduct and you complied by it?
Yes, we did.
Yes. Now, do you think Nigeria has the resources to have a refinery for every ethnic nationality?
No. I don't think we have the resources.
Okay. Now, can you put an amount, either in naira, pound sterling, or dollars, for the northern leaders and the western leaders killed or murdered in January 66 coup?
I won't venture to.
Thank you very much. That's all for him, my lord. Hajia Maria.
Thank you very much. They say you can retire to the bar and become a lawyer again.
I'm sorry.